You're listening to Lane County Mugshots Uncensored, the podcast.
Hey.
With your host, Michael Weber.
Here I am. What do you know? I decided to show up.
With him, as always, Kevin Prachu. You guys can save the applause for later. We'll just get right into the show. How you doing, Mike? Welcome.
Good. It's been a great day. Great weekend. Kind of did a whole lot of nothing. Made homemade spaghetti sauce the other day. And
yeah, you mentioned that. It sounded like it was going to be pretty good dinner there.
Yeah, I made about a gallon of it. So, you know, there's plenty of, there's 3 of us eating and there's a gallon of it. So I don't know. We got enough for a year.
Well, happy February 7th. I think there is some other event going on this evening. I'm not aware exactly, but we might not have all the viewers that we would normally have.
Golf tournament? No,
yeah,
it's something.
No idea.
You know, it'd be nice if we knew. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for joining us. If you're not watching that other event and hanging out with us tonight, we appreciate it. You are watching Lane County Mugshots Uncensored, the podcast. I am Kevin Prachu, the guy on the right-hand side of your screen, and this guy here is Michael Weber. He's the guy that runs the Facebook group. So
I'm the guy everybody loves to hate.
He's the public face, yeah. Would you say that you're loved and hated, probably equally?
Pretty much, 24/7, every day of the year.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the way it's going.
All right. Well, welcome tonight. We're going to get right into it. We've got at least a few different things to share with you tonight. Getting directly into it, we are going to talk a little bit about some arrests that were made by Springfield.
Oh my goodness! Yes, it was a busy day in Springfield. Over the 4th and the 5th, I believe, is when all of these were done.
Right, I'm seeing a kidnapping here going on. Who's this guy? Michael Patrick Hill. Tell us, Mike.
Michael Patrick Hill. Evidently, he was having an episode, and his sister, if I remember right, was trying to kind of get him calmed down, and they were having a dispute. And their mother was involved, I guess. During the dispute, Hill made a statement to say said he was going to go to hell. And at this point, he ran from the involved residence and entered her vehicle, occupied by 3 minor female children, and took off.
Yep.
Gone, down the road.
And so what happened after that? How the authorities got involved, and I hear a few different counties were kind of on alert.
A few different counties were on alert. Marion, Douglas County. We kept getting kind of partial updates from Douglas County, Southern Oregon Scanner. Down there, they were kind of giving us live, as it were, updates, letting us know what was going on. They eventually caught up with this man hours later in Mapleton, right where 126 and Highway 36 meet.
Oh, sure. Okay. You can basically visualize the location now. So
Yeah. Just after you cross the bridge before you turn left to go to Florence.
And wasn't he found sleeping? Was that the...
I don't know if they found him sleeping, but he said that he had pulled over to take a nap. Okay. Thank goodness. I mean, he's not in his right mind. Family had said that he'd been released from a mental hospital about a month before.
Okay, so he's definitely someone who needs some help and some attention. And,
he does. He has schizophrenia, and he wasn't taking his meds.
Okay. So I'm going to feel bad in cases like that where, obviously there was some other issues at hand, not related to somebody that on a crime spree or anything like that. That's not really what's happened in this particular case.
Yeah.
This is just a situation gone wrong. So... all right.
Yeah, hopefully he can get the help he needs.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way I would approach it too, for sure. Moving on, this I believe right around the same time frame. This is Nathan Kenneth Schnee arrested, and look at the U-Haul on the picture here. So, Mike, that's our visual cue. What happened here? What's and now I want to know.
Oh man. It says right here from Springfield, excuse me, officers with the Springfield Police Department responded to the area of 31st and V Street in an attempt to locate a drunk driver. The driver was reportedly leaving the area following a domestic dispute where he had been honking at a residence and departing and returning several times. So he's driving back and forth up to someplace, girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, ex-wife, somebody he wasn't supposed to be around.
Okay, so
yeah, so
basically that's where it all goes bad then, right? Because
it doesn't get any better than that. That's the best part of the story there. It just goes downhill.
Here we have his charges: criminal mischief, driving under the influence of intoxicants, hit and run vehicle property, improper use of 911, reckless driving. The list goes on. Reckless endangering, resisting arrest. It was not a good day, as you can tell from the picture, for Mr. Schnee.
No, he rammed into a Springfield police car with the U-Haul.
No kidding. I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then he jumps out and then he fights with police. So that kind of explains a little bit about why he looks a little puffy in these pictures.
All right. Now, apparently, Schnee's actually not, he's a frequent flyer, or we've seen him before. So this is him back on January 12th looking better than he did in the past picture.
True. As Springfield police said, it goes, this is Schnee's third arrest for similar erratic behavior since January 1st of this year.
Yeah. So fleeing or attempting to elude reckless driving, and that gave him a 20-hour stay on January 12th. And so he wasn't even in jail for very long, and then right back out. And basically reoffended. So
he did. He actually got arrested and put in Springfield jail after this picture that we're looking at right now. But that was a minor. That was a municipal offense.
Gotcha. Well, here he's looking like he's already been
hit and run.
Something's gone on there. He's got a little scar there, but
he's got a small scar.
But then here he's like practically unrecognizable.
Yeah, that doesn't even.
Crazy.
When I first saw that mugshot, I was like, that can't be him.
Wow. Not so good.
Not good at all.
Okay. Moving on, we have another arrest in Springfield. This one, Jazmyn,
the hits keep coming.
Jasper, mail theft. What?
Mail theft. Well, this particular woman is pretty much well known in Springfield for mail theft. Springfield said that they got a call on the 5th about a white van swerving around the area of 105 and 42nd Street. The motorist called in the plate and direction of travels. Officers were able to make a traffic stop at the Heritage Restaurant on Mohawk Boulevard. Jazmyn Jasper was once again contacted with a large quantity of mail and packages.
Another frequent flyer, it sounds like.
Once again, yes. The police go on to say Jasper was released from Lane County Jail on January 21st after her last arrest for similar charges on January 19th. Prior to that, Jasper was arrested for similar crimes on Christmas Day 2020 and released the same day. And in this most recent theft, the police say there were at least 50 or more victims in just this case, just the one we're looking at right now.
Wow. Yeah. Then we're seeing quite a few of the charges up here, and you're saying that there may be even more.
There may be more. It's just she's doing this. So, she gets arrested, they kick her out, she starts doing this again. Who knows if the police do more investigating, they may find more victims. And in fact, what it says here, it says Springfield police strongly encourage anyone who has mailed a check payment recently to contact the payee to confirm receipt. Numerous items recovered appear to have included a check at the time of mailing.
Well, it seems to me that Springfield's been pretty busy lately, Mike.
They have, and they're. It's been interesting on their press releases. They have made a point to bring up the history of these people, citing how they'd been arrested.
Right, we were talking about that a little bit before the show, that it
Yes.
seems like that's actually being specifically called out.
It does. It seems like Springfield Police is definitely trying to get our attention to let us know. These people have been arrested. She's been arrested. This is her third arrest since December. And the same with Schnee.
Yeah.
Schnee is on his third arrest.
Yeah.
And these people who keep getting picked up, the police are doing their job. They're finding them, they're locating them, they're stopping them, arresting them, putting them in jail. and they're released. And like in the case of Jazmyn here, the instant she's released, there's more victims. It would be nice if the DA would maybe pick up on the fact that letting them back out again before their court case isn't helping anything. It's creating more victims.
More opportunities, yeah. And basically, well, anyway, I want to give the sad horn to these three that we were just talking about because, they're just, well, at least these last two for sure that we've just discussed. So
they're at least 2 or 3 of the stooges. Maybe we'll see a Mo later.
Right. With that, go ahead and move on to some topics that we've discussed here regularly on the program. In this particular case being the sex offenders that are in Lane County Jail.
Oh,
so we had done in our first episode and then followed up before or in the second episode with other folks that have been through the jail. But it's too many to even do in a single show, it seems. So but we took the last 2 weeks and we compiled here a list. So
this is just for 2 weeks, people. Doesn't even count today. There's a couple today.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So I ran the report this morning, so this is what we got here. So it starts out here with this guy, Alan Clayton Townsend, and the main charges that he has going on. So you see, he's not a new offender. He's failed to report as a sex offender, and that's actually an important distinction. But you can see that even though he has been in the past convicted as a sex offender, that he's not just sitting idly at home hanging out watching television.
No, he's busy.
He's up to no good still. So
he's busy.
He's had a controlled substance offense, criminal trespass, identity theft, parole violation, and possession of methamphetamine. So he's up to no good. Watch out for him. So
yeah, but he's just one of them.
Just one of them.
There's more,
so
right? There's more.
Well,
but wait.
But wait. So moving on to the 25th. Now we have this fellow, Juan Antonio, and I might probably not say his name, so I'm just going to call him Juan. And you can read the screen and see what his and try to figure out his name for yourself, because I'll probably get it wrong.
People can't pronounce my last name sometimes, so I just leave him alone.
Yeah. Anyway, he was arrested for, and as you can see. Again, this is another example where you see folks that are arrested for other reasons: aggravated animal abuse, second degree, assault, second degree, fourth degree, burglary, coercion.
Overall, just a great guy.
He's stellar. He's a pillar of the community, right? So criminal mischief, harassment, interfering with making a report, menacing. And see, these not even all of the charges were even mentioned by the news when he was first arrested, because you hear the story when they're first arrested, but later on other charges get added. So hey, guess what? He had some more charges too.
But there's more.
Jeez. So we have rape in the first degree, sex abuse, first and second degree, sodomy, first degree, and just throw in an unlawful use of a weapon. So, yeah, this guy.
Overall, a great guy. Just, pillar of the community.
Right. Moving on. So we have another one. And this is not just
another one.
Yeah, not just another one, another Juan.
Yeah.
Juan Alberto, and I would not get this fellow's. And I'm saying that lightly when I say this fellow. But anyway, second degree sex abuse. So that was on the 26th. So, and along with now this guy on the 27th, Damon Bishop, Bliss Sullivan. Encouraging child sex abuse.
Oh, great guy.
Yes, I know.
Why this just seems like every week they just bam, bam, bam.
Right. When we say that it almost seems like we're seeing this stuff every day, it's because it almost is every day that we at least have one person.
It's getting pretty close.
Yeah, we'll get to those numbers here in a second here. So anyway, display of child sexual conduct and encouraging child sex abuse. I don't even know what the charges stem from, what activity, but probably I'm not sure if that's an online case, because if we look, we'll come up to another one here in a second. So
I could explain the encouraging child sex abuse. It's usually having child pornography.
that's what I was guessing. It was probably that.
Yeah, it's not actually abusing, but it's when you are downloading that and you are transferring that, then you are therefore encouraging the people that make it.
Right.
So it's encouraging that abuse.
Right. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
But more. No, we got another.
Yeah. So we were just getting started, Mike.
What has Bruce done now?
Bruce, another name that I'm not going to get right. He doesn't look too happy, So at least he's not smiling like some of the pictures that we get through here.
He's got rape in the first degree.
yeah.
He better not be smiling. There's nothing here good. Oh, and he got indicted.
Yeah.
He's going to trial soon.
Strangulation too, boy. So another winner. Moving on, we have
Even more.
This is Tandy Mitchell, another name that I cannot pronounce.
Yeah, here's another one.
Touch-alike,
Touch-a-hookle.
Yeah. Again, this is failure to report as a sex offender. But the real charges that he was picked up for looks to be hit and run vehicle. So it's one of those situations where he's, again, not just staying under the radar. He's out and getting caught.
Yeah.
And,
Well, you think it'd be bad enough you're a sex offender. It's time to straighten up. But now they're trying to tag some more.
You would think that they would just stay home and I don't want to get in any more trouble. But,
yeah. Well, let me go outside and see if we can catch a couple felonies.
Exactly. Right.
Jeez.
So, but Mike, it just doesn't stop there. So, February 1st, we had Richard Dallas. Now, here's a name I can pronounce, OWENS, for encouraging child sex abuse. What is that, like about 10 different charges there?
Sure.
Now, remember, don't forget, everybody, we must say that most of this stuff here, unless we've actually said that they've been convicted already as a sex offender, these are all alleged charges. Right?
They are. Failure to register, that is not even a charge. That is in itself is a violation. That is a person who has already been convicted.
Correct. Yeah.
Because you don't have to register to be a sex offender until you're actually convicted of a crime. So those people are done and over. It's for sure. The rest of these people are awaiting trial.
Yeah.
Innocent until proven guilty. But I don't think you really get 10 counts of encouraging child sex abuse without there being some type of...
Something happened. Something.
Perhaps some evidence to take this to trial. They're just going to show up and say, he's bad, convict him.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, that takes us to February 1st. Over here, Mark Allen Ewing, online sexual corruption of a child. Another pillar of the community there. Moving on, we have Jonathan. Now this one is just almost kind of scary.
This guy looks crazy.
Yeah, this is out of his mind there. Failure to report as a sex offender. Not even going to go there. Don't even know how that happened. That takes us to February 2nd on him. And we have February 3rd. So we're kind of creeping up to current times here.
There we go. There's our Mo to go with Larry and Curly.
Yeah. No, you did say we were going to have that. So, also failure to report as a sex offender.
So he is convicted. He's a convicted sex offender. He just didn't.
All right, he got picked up.
Oh, wait, he got some more stuff.
Yeah, he was unauthorized use of a motor vehicle.
Car theft, basically.
Okay, reckless endangering and criminal trespass. So, again, these offenders that have been caught and convicted, if they would just stay out of trouble, wouldn't be back in the news again, and we wouldn't be mentioning these things again, as if they possibly had just happened. But here we are. So,
sometimes, you see the same person over and over again arrested, like we discussed. Sometimes you see families where a lot of the family members are arrested. In this case, Jared Lee Moe is related to Brian Lee Moe, who was known as the BB gun bandit back in 2018.
Oh, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Shot out a bunch of windows around the Highway 99, Bethel kind of area.
Okay, yeah.
Lots of them. Plumbing, Kevin Cohen Plumbing, Gilbert Shopping Center, Automotive Sheet Metal, Sousa Machine. tons of
I
businesses.
remember that was an ongoing case for a little while, and you and amongst others had figured out what was going on and brought that guy to justice. So
We did. Yeah. We started posting on Lane County Mugshots Uncensored, and people started coming to us and said, hey, our windows got shot out. We have a video of this Honda, and it just kind of came together thanks to that.
And it's kind of one of the cool things about the group is that we do solve crime within Lane County Mugshots Uncensored. Catch bad guys all the time. It's a regular thing. So we're not saying we do it alone, but we certainly help get the word out.
No, we come together and get a lot of that information kind of, compacted.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, Jared, and then this fellow here.
Still some more. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Well,
I thought we were done.
I thought we were too. So, and I believe that this is the last one that we have today.
Sure.
Devin Michael Nolan for sex abuse, 3rd degree. Again, alleged. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's just bizarre. I mean, why it just seems like it used to not be so many that we would see in the mugshots.
Right. So as we were talking about the numbers just a little bit ago here, what do you think that makes? How many did we just go through? What do you think that might be?
That's hard to be. I'd have to go 8 maybe.
Yeah. Well, and it turns out that number is 11. So 11 people through the jail, and that makes 26 now since the beginning of the year. So that's a little bit of perspective. It's not every day, but it's darn near. That's probably why it seems like we're just seeing so much of this stuff.
I mean, that's one every couple days.
Yeah.
One every few days.
Yeah.
We're getting one.
Yeah. Well, we also give those guys sad horn.
We don't have like a shotgun sound or something. I mean, come on.
We can dig one up in no time here.
We'll try that next podcast.
Right on. So, all right, Mike. Well, we'll move on to our next subject here. We mentioned first, I think we need to take a few moments to do a little bit of business. First of all, if you want to be part of the show, we do have the call-in feature working tonight. So if you are watching this after the show, don't try to call in. But if it's between 6 and 7 p.m. on February 7th, then you could call in. The phone number for that is 541-255-3665, and you can be on the air with Mike and Kevin, and we'll take your questions, see what we can do to answer
comments, whatever.
Comments, or if you have a story to tell, that type of thing.
Operators are standing by.
Yeah. And it's possible that we might not get anybody, Mike. I don't know. It's kind of tough right now. In fact,
hard to say.
We're getting the crickets. We're not really hearing anything right now.
I know. Is it working?
But my sense is that maybe there's a lot of people that are watching that other thing. I can't, for the life of me, can't remember.
There's a cricket tournament. No, badminton.
We'll figure it out.
It's big.
So
it's big.
Those are the things that we wanted to mention. Also, just visit lanecountymugshots.com. That's where you can find all of the stuff that we've been talking about and more. So that's our business. You can also be part of the show if you want to comment. And actually, I think we do have a comment.
We do. It's all about you this time.
Wait, what is this? Someone says, "Go Kevin." I don't know who that is. It's a Facebook user. If you're using Facebook and you want to make a comment, you can go to StreamYard.com/Facebook. And right there will be instructions on how to enable it so that your picture will appear when you make a comment on the show. And so
it does on my laptop here. I see Ralph Wagner from way down south. Southern Oregon Scanner LLC has made a comment.
Oh, okay. Where's is that in our thread here?
It is, and his comment is, "It's working."
Oh, okay. That's
Thank
him
you,
right
Ralph.
there. That's him right there. It's working.
Yes. And
So,
last week we were plagued by plagues.
Yeah.
There you go. It came up for a second. It's working.
Yeah. It seems like we're good at our technical prowess on right now. So
we're still learning. I mean,
still learning.
Yeah, there we go. Facebook user. It's working.
It is working.
Oh,
okay.
man.
So there's also, if you're watching on YouTube, then you can go and make your comment on YouTube. It'll show up here, and we can also display that for folks as well. So
that's great. I saw Rick Dancer had the same thing going. I was like, how can we get that? I was going to talk to you about that after the show, but it looks like
on it, man.
You're way ahead of me. Because I'm watching Rick and the questions come up on the screen. I'm like, wow, that looks really slick.
It is really cool.
And there it is.
We got it.
We have two comments only. I mean, come on, people.
Well, that's okay.
I mean, maybe they're watching that thing.
That thing, yeah. And speaking of YouTube, we do have that YouTube channel, so you can go to Lane County Mugshots. I think is the name of the channel. Just
Lane County
Mugshots. We didn't put the uncensored on there. Just Lane County Mugshots. We'll get you to our videos. So,
subscribe.
Yeah, definitely subscribe.
Click.
Please hit that subscribe button. We're kind of getting into this whole live streaming thing here. So, Mike, we will move on to our next subject now, which was missing persons. We had put that out as a subject. Sadly, it's one of the things that we have to do with Lane County Mugshots.
We do.
Yeah.
It's constant, much like anything around our area. It seems like this is also rising, or maybe people are talking about it more, but it's like every couple days there's somebody else. There's a kid missing. There's a senior missing. You know, there's somebody who went hiking or camping and they're missing, and it's getting scary. I mean,
yeah. And what happens,
I don't want to be missing
too, is that it can be really confusing because there are those cases that get solved relatively, within a day or two, a few days, a week, whatever, something like that.
Yeah, a few hours.
Those kinds of things. And then they're the ones that have gone on for an extended amount of time. And so it can be kind of confusing about what's current and what's not current. We're trying to do kind of collate the information and keep that out, in front of people as best that we can. So anyway, we thought we would go ahead and run through the list of the ones that we know the most about. But again, there's the call-in number on the screen. You can call in and tell us.
Do you have a missing person? Would you like to discuss someone you know that's missing? Give us a call right now.
Give us a call. Hit it in the comments. Whichever way works best for you. So. The first one that we're going to talk about was one that we had talked about
It was last episode.
Yeah, the last episode, and that's Jacob Idris. And you know a little bit about this one, Mike?
I do. I actually knew Jake.
Yeah.
I know his kids. He went missing on his birthday, and I can't read it from here. Was that 2017?
Yeah. It looks like 11/14 of 2017. So yeah, November.
Went missing on his birthday.
Yep.
Was last seen at Walgreens on River Road, and never heard from again. I thought I may have seen him come down my driveway on a bike, dressed similar to what people said he was wearing that day, but we're not 100% sure.
Huh.
But still, I mean, I'm kind of in the area, but who knows? I mean, for sure, he was last seen at Walgreens on River Road the day of his birthday and was never heard from again. Never tried to get in contact with his children. So, I mean, he's a missing person. I really doubt he's hiding.
It's just an odd case on your birthday at a Walgreens. It just
and you're gone.
So
just
odd.
No one ever sees you again. I mean,
of course, if you have any information on this, you can call the Lane County Sheriff's Office at 682-4141. I think with any of the missing folks that we talk about tonight, you can hit the Sheriff's Office up. So anyway, hey, we got a comment here. I'm going to display this one here. So many people showing up dead in the rivers lately. Yeah,
that's true. I've heard a lot. That's kind of up and down the Willamette. I'm hearing this. It's not just Lane County, and I believe our commenter is from Douglas County. Although it says Facebook user.
Oh, and those we don't know. Yeah, that could be somebody else there.
I know. Yeah. Shows up.
It shows up on yours. Okay.
I know who they are.
Okay, well, fine.
Ralph Wagner from.
Hey,
maybe he was
Ralph?
trying to be anonymous, but no. This is seriously. There have been a lot of water deaths and people being found in rivers. I mean, and this is from Douglas County all the way up to Multnomah County. We're having this problem.
Is it an unusual amount then, or is it just because we've had so much rain? I mean, what it was.
I'm not sure. I know we've had some, like fishing, boating kind of accidents, but we've also had people say, I found somebody in the river, and that's a scary way to find somebody.
Douglas County too. Yep.
Douglas County too.
So moving on, mentioned Jacob here, but the next person here, I don't know too much about this one, but her name is Erica Christine Harris. Last seen in Eugene, Oregon on August 12th, 2020, so not that long ago. Erica is 5'4", 150 pounds. She has brown hair and brown eyes. So again, contact the Lane County Sheriff's Office. Additionally, I don't have too much additional. I pulled these from a database just this afternoon, but Dana, Monique, and another name I'm not going to do justice to, but she's been missing since January 8th, so of 2020. So we're talking just a little over a year now. Missing from Eugene. Anyway, white female, date of birth, puts she's 10/10/1966, puts her at 54 years old. Height 5'9", weight 250, hair and eyes brown. Maybe going by the last name of Baker, but again, missing. Now this is a case here that I think more people might be familiar with. Judy
This
Parker,
is a sad case. She just went for a walk and no one ever saw her again.
They say it's just like she vanished, basically, from thin air. So anyway, missing since December 31st, New Year's Eve of 2016, from Springfield. I believe she had gone for a walk, if I'm not mistaken. It was last thing in the morning when she... Yeah, it says here that she left the care home that she was at on the morning of... the
December 31st.
December 31st, and that's right near 11th Place and R Street. So anyway, this is one that
that one's just baffling. I mean, this, and I'm not saying anything bad about anybody that's missing, but there are people that don't want to be found, and I don't think we've covered anybody like that. But there are people, they want to disappear. This woman just wandered away from where she was being helped, and no one ever saw her again. Just ever, spotted anywhere, anything.
Well, just like the others, but Judy too, something special about her. And I didn't know we want to see her again. So this one here came across our desk as somebody that we should feature, Chris Van, and I remember this one, but you know a little bit about this.
I do. He's got some mental problems and he's not on his meds, and he's been missing for quite a while now, since August of 2020.
Okay, yeah.
But he was last seen August 20th on River Road by Cahoots and the sheriffs. He has schizophrenia, maybe pacing, waving arms, distant, speaking nonsensically, and looking disoriented. His wife is very much wanting to have him home, and we're going to have her as a guest on the show here soon.
Yeah, we'd be happy to have her on, and I know that she's expressed interest in that, right?
Yes, and then that way we could hear what's going on. You know, she can tell us, if there's any updates that we don't have here, and she can explain more about Chris, and because some people are like, he's an adult, just let him be out there. He wants to do what he's doing, and it's really not the case. He's a nice, well-adjusted man with a wife who is not able to get to his meds so that he can clear his head.
So that's the important thing, is that he's being found so he can get back on his medications and kind of return back to what would be a normal life. Yeah. For someone in his case. Very sad. So yes, maybe we'll have some more information on him in a future episode.
Hopefully, maybe next week we can get his wife to come on.
Cool. Another case well known, I believe, in Lane County is the case of Michael Bryson.
Yes.
So this one, it doesn't seem like that long ago, but then it also seems like it's been forever. Because I know that I've seen his posters out for a long time, and you can see them here in Cresswell. Michael was last seen August 5th at a roadside campground off of Bryce Creek Road, just west of Champion Creek Road in South Lane County. So you may have heard that there's a $10,000 reward out for any information or that could lead to the
Maybe
to
someone
finding
knows something that could put this family,
yeah,
you
exactly.
know, back at ease, because this is just traumatic to be the family of somebody missing. You're just constantly, that's on your mind, and all you're doing is trying to find them. And I mean, this guy's parents were on the news the other night, and all they were talking about is we're never gonna stop.
Right.
And and they're serious. They're not just, you know, saying that. They're never gonna stop looking. And
I wouldn't either. Yeah.
someone
I
has some
understand.
information. I mean, get a hold of the sheriff's department.
No, I normally I wouldn't make a plug like this, but I think I will in this case. But I believe that KVAL is actually going to have after that thing that's going on this evening that we're
The badminton festival or something.
So if you want to watch KVAL after that event, they're going to do a story, I believe, on Michael Bryson.
So if
definitely
KVAL does
watch
it, then KMTR Wilkes are the same place,
yeah.
and then KLSR will have it on later too.
So we have a little bit more about this one than we do, say, some of the other cases, because there's just so much information out there on the internet and so many websites and places you can go, which I'll tell you about here in just a second. But just to go through a bit of the biographical information here, Michael is a white male, age 27, height 6 feet, weight 180, eyes blue, hair brown past his ears. You can see that in the picture there. That's one of the last known pictures of Michael. And there is a case number, of course, for Lane County to contact them if you know any information about that. So here's a couple of other things about Michael that these, again, some of the things that you don't get with a lot of missing person cases, but he has some very distinct tattoos.
Very.
So there's a bunch of them there. And then also for additional information, if you want to know more, there's the Michael Bryson Foundation, michael.com, and Facebook. Just look for Let's Find Michael Bryson. Some other contact information there on the screen. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody knows something, I mean, it's time to come forward.
If you know of somebody else that needs to be featured on the program, please let us know. We do our best to get all of this information. Sometimes we might miss something. We're happy to take a look at that if you send it our way. Just send it Mike's way. He needs all that stuff, right?
Yeah, just email me. Send me your anger. Send me your hate. Send me the people you're missing.
And you're already getting plenty of that. I don't think you need any more, but whatever. So
that's daily.
Yeah. All right, Mike. Well, we're well into the show here and have covered a broad range of topics. We have another one. We did a show about this. One of our very first podcasts, I think, that we had, because it was the one we had Dave on.
Dave Quirk.
Neighborhood Watch there in the Fern Ridge, Veneta area. Great guy, by the way. But anyway, during that episode, we covered some of the most dangerous roads. We don't have a sound effect for that one.
We don't.
Well, wait a minute. Yeah, maybe we do. Hang on. So we got something for that.
You got the sound of a car crashing into a 55-gallon drum hole of a pothole.
Yeah, but I think basically all I've got for that one. Never mind. So, what do you think would be the most dangerous intersection in Lane County or road or whatever? I mean,
I don't know.
Certainly
People are always talking. I mean, people say 126 West. A lot of people say Highway 58 is deadly.
Yeah, definitely. I thought we'll put together the top 5, and actually we're going to get more than 5 here. You'll find it in just a second here. But we'll start with the number 5 spot there, which is West 11th and Garfield.
Well, there you go.
9 accidents there in 2020. Must be something to do that, there's a lot of traffic turning and going and around and stuff like that.
Buses, pedestrians, bicycles.
Yeah, it's a
lot
lot happening at that intersection. I can see where that one would have a number of accidents. So if you're in that area of West Eugene, just be careful. That's the best advice we can give right now. The number 4 slot is actually tied. There's 10 accidents in each of these particular locations.
Jeez.
So Highway 99 and Prairie Road. Yeah,
I'm right down the road from that.
Yeah. River Road and Division. Oh, yeah. that stuff's happening all the
yeah,
time.
it's like the Fred Meyer triangle right there.
I know. I'm thinking like only 10 accidents there.
I know.
Highway 58, CV Loop, big time. Yeah, that's a nasty place. Be careful there. This one was strange. Our call log showed it as 10,002 block of Coburg Road. There is no such thing.
Doesn't exist, but they've got 10 accidents last year.
Yeah.
We're guessing.
We were trying to figure out where that might be, if it was maybe just an extra digit that was thrown off the end. If it was the 1,000 block of Coburg Road, that would be about where Tandy Turn is, which I could see that particular intersection as having. So I don't know for sure. So to take that one with a grain of salt.
Somewhere on Coburg Road.
Somewhere on Coburg Road, yeah. Actually, Coburg Road gets its fair share of accidents. We could probably report.
I'm surprised we don't see Highway 126 on that.
Yeah. No, there were a lot of accidents logged on Beltline, and actually we'll get there in a second. But I'll give you the most accident-prone area of Beltline here in a second. So. The next spot here is for number 3 is Highway 99 in Clear Lake.
Oh, so, yeah. I also live near there too, and that is a deadly intersection.
It is, yeah. I don't know what it is about that one, and I think it's it's the cross traffic of people that are turning or coming across Clear Lake. I think more often they don't realize that there's traffic turning for those that are coming from the east, I believe. But
that's where Irving ends and Clear Lake begins right there.
Yeah.
It's kind of the back road to get to Veneta, and it's well traveled.
Yeah, definitely. And speaking of Veneta, that number 2 slot, so, if you're heading out on West 11th, one of the places on the way to Veneta, Fisher Road, is, I think, people pulling out, and you can see in the picture in the graphic here, I'll make it a little bit bigger for those that are checking it out on the screen. But yeah, it's an area there that people get daring and they jump out into traffic and not realizing how fast the oncoming traffic is going.
That's also another little back way, go down Royal.
Right. So anyway, that's the number 2 slot. And so, drum roll. What do we think number 1 is? It's Beltline. I'll give you that. It's a clue.
Beltline and Delta? Come on. It's got to be.
Yeah. You guessed
That's
it,
my
Mike.
guess.
Beltline and Delta. That whole cloverleaf there, but specifically on the west side of the bridge there. So is where a lot of accidents happen. 22 in 2020.
Wow.
So, yeah. Quite a fair number. Actually, when I was running this report, the top, I want to say 15 locations were either Beltline or I-5 or something like that. Wow. So I actually filtered the list so that we would just see one of the Beltline ones. But Beltline and I-5 areas are full of accidents all the time.
Well, I don't know, but they're tearing it up again for like what, the 10th time in my, lifetime.
Yeah,
turn it up. We're going to do something
like maybe
different.
This time might be a little bit better. I don't know. At least it'll look a little different over there.
No, I don't think it's the road. It's the drivers.
Yeah, totally. All right. Well, we are at the next topic, Mike. We had discussed a little bit about maybe talking a little bit about the Facebook group because what is really uncensored? With Lane County mugshots.
That's funny you ask, because tons of people are like, it's uncensored. You can't censor me. You're not allowed to censor us. I'm like,
Right. And yet...
my rights and free speech.
And that's a big subject right now, as we're seeing a lot of that happening in social media. But I think it might be good to kind of explain what... we've always had our own set of standards within the group. You've been running the group for years now. But lately, Facebook's been kind of imposing their own set of rules.
Yeah, I mean, up and above what we do, which is really pretty logical. I mean, there are some certain words that we don't want to see. We try to keep topic true. I mean, we did, cover the wildfires, which isn't really a crime-related thing. These people without homes and needing assistance. And we do post once in a while something that really isn't kind of with the topic, but overall, I mean, we're not swapping recipes about grandma's lasagna.
Right, yeah.
And, you know, the thing is that Facebook has just been crazy, crazy, taking down comments from the group.
And things that used to get by and not be a problem are suddenly a problem. Yeah.
We should probably show them some of the words that we can't even say during this podcast because we are on Facebook.
Yeah, things you can't say on Facebook, and we're streaming both to Facebook and YouTube. So we can't say them, but we'll throw them on the screen here.
Funny enough, every one of these has been removed from the group.
So you can't say son of a...
Yeah, that's it right there.
Nope.
Son of the word right there with that dot next to it. I can't read it. Branch. No, it's...
This one will floor you, okay? Because this word, this didn't even make George Carlin's list.
Yeah. Silly goose. Literally.
You said it.
Oh man.
We're going to be in trouble now.
Are we still on? Still on?
Yeah, check the connection.
Somebody literally said that on Lane County Mugshots Uncensored.
And Facebook.
Facebook removed it and gave them a 24-hour block for posting or commenting.
Now, here's another thing you can't say. One of our own admins, I think, got a ban for this one.
Yes.
Yeah, you can't tell somebody that they are
that word.
That word.
Yeah, you can't go. Your comment was that word. You are that word.
Right. So for folks that are wondering, why do we call it uncensored? It's the idea was that mostly anything within reason would go as long as it was on topic for the group. And over time, it's evolved. We've had to impose a few standards because otherwise it just gets out of hand and nobody wants to be part of the group when they don't feel at least respected. But Facebook has kind of done their own thing. So
Facebook has gone way above what we do. I mean, we've had these rules since the beginning, and what we say in here, this is what's been written for years if you read it. What is uncensored here? What is it? Your polite, respectful, worded opinion of the news and other such related subjects. That's what's uncensored.
Yeah.
So, but, people want to use...
What can we say? We're not in charge of the rules, so... but at least now you know that it's not the admins that are necessarily giving out all of the... some people, if they receive some kind of a notification, I believe you can maybe explain how that works. When you see sometimes, and it'll tell you.
Oh, you'll get a notification.
It won't even tell you. Yeah,
you'll get a notification from Facebook. It will tell you that they removed a piece of your content.
Right. So Facebook will do its own thing, and then you guys, as admins, will do their own thing. And you could either be removed from the group, muted, any of those things. Right. So
it depends on what you say that gets to our end of being bad. But Facebook, now we're pulling a lot more things. When we see that word, that son of a biscuit word, when we see that now, we try to pull it immediately. You know what we're doing? We're saving you a problem.
Right.
Not us.
Yeah, actually, you might actually wind up with a banned account for a while, or like a...
Yeah, it starts out at 24 hours.
Yeah, so, you're doing them a favor if you can catch that and get it out of there. That makes sense.
If your comment gets pulled, we also give a mute too.
Right.
It's just...
It's the new rules. New rules, baby.
That's not a rules. You can go to Parlor. Oh, wait a sec. I'm sorry. Yeah. That was their 15 minutes of fame ended about 24 hours ago. It's over.
All right. Well, since we mentioned these things, we had one more thing related to the social media because that just seems to be what we do. A lot of the social media here. I wanted to share with folks real quick. You and I had an interesting dialogue with somebody on Facebook, and I've been very careful here to make sure that we blur out the name. Nobody's guilty here. Not trying to pick on anybody, but this was a post that was being shared broadly throughout the community on Facebook. And it's basically a screenshot. Is what you're seeing here. That it's being shared. Somebody named Rosie Palmer. And that'd be your first clue. Something's up there. But
this is not a nice little woman from Pasadena
right,
passing off her, racial hate to others. This is a troll.
Right.
If you have no idea what Rosie Palmer means, Google it, find the Urban Dictionary, and check that out. Once again, we can't tell you. You have to look it up.
Yeah.
This is a troll.
Just look at the post here, because let's go into maybe why somebody would get a little irked if this were taken at face value. So
this is just disgusting. I mean, in my mind, this is somebody who's trying to stir the community up by using racism. And it's bad enough that we have racists. That's horrible. But to have people who would like to stir the town up, I mean, we're trying to unify. I mean, we should be at least trying to unify. And then we have people that throw this stuff out there with the intent of just stirring everybody up.
Right.
Make everybody mad.
So the post, I'm going to read it. So anybody that's just listening to the podcast,
you might leave out a few things.
Yeah, I'll be careful because of what would come through.
Yeah, there's a lot of it I wouldn't read.
Okay, maybe I won't read the thing.
How about I'll read it and I've got an idea what Facebook goes. Cause
you're the man. Go ahead, Mike.
I'm sorry, but not enough is being done to keep X out of our community. And I'm becoming sick of it. This is a fine Scandinavian community, not another word, not even a bad word, but used bad in this context. We're not a fine ethnic community or a fine another ethnic community. We need to stand up for the purity of our town. I mean, that is disgusting, and anybody that reads it is normal. People are going to be mad. This is mad. Right. I mean, the person that posted this to start with, the screenshot says, I have no desire to go to the Scandinavian festival again if that's how the town is.
Right.
And we're not going to stand here and tell you that there's no racism, because that's a bunch of hooey.
Yeah, we know that there is.
It exists everywhere.
Right. But let's take and this is where we want to kind of dive into the words of wisdom a little bit, is that things like this do happen in real life, but sometimes they don't, and they happen because people are trying to stir the pot. They're trying to create a problem where there isn't a problem, and this is one of those examples. And the reason that we know this is that this is a known troll account. You know that, Mike, because of your experience.
We dealt with this very same person, whoever it is, I believe it to be a male, who used to be in Lane County Mugshots Uncensored. And their only goal in life was to stir people up. It didn't matter what the topic was. What they wanted to do was to make everybody argue and be mad and angry. And that's exactly what this does. I mean, is the person behind this racist? Obviously, if you use this to stir your community up, it is another form of racism.
It is, sure.
But the thing here is what this person is trying to do, which is the most scandalous, is trying to make you look at our local Scandinavian community, a local city here in Lane County, and discount them because of what's being said. Are all Scandinavians non-racist? Obviously not. There's no such thing. You can't say that any body of people is not racist. You can't say that it's impossible to say there are no racists in Junction City.
Right.
You can say that about any town, anywhere.
So in this particular case, it was known, but maybe not apparent to others, but at least it came to understanding, and the poster was notified, and it was they were told that this was not a real person, or if it was a real person, that it was a troll, and they were just trying to create a problem, and that this event that's being described in Junction City probably, in all likelihood, didn't even really happen. Right.
It's just so, it just kills me. I mean, we're having a hard enough time trying to all get along, and then somebody throws this out. Right. And it's just trying to make people look badly at the Scandinavian community that we have nearby here in Junction City, and a small town that we have. I mean, there are racists in every town. That's horrible. That's
Right.
bad enough. But then to start throwing,
And to create a problem or
create one.
Yeah, exactly.
Does this post bring unity? It doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't. And the person, I mean, I'm just telling you right now that most racists are going to keep it to themselves and their little racist friends, not
Right.
say all that and throw an entire community and city under the bus. That's the work of a troll trying to get you mad about something you should be mad about.
Right.
But the instance is fake.
Exactly. So and that may be another couple of things you just pointed out, really good examples of how you can tell that this might not be a real person, or that it is a troll.
Representing
because
the skin, yeah.
basically they posted into an account, or they posted on Facebook, having had to have known that essentially they were just going to become a target, right? People are going to hunt that person down and find out who they are, and
This person doesn't care. That's all that
first thing I did is I went
profile's
to
ever done.
I went to look for that profile. Gone. It was already gone. It
gone.
could have been deleted by Facebook. Who knows? But anyway, gone. So the person had to have known that their Facebook account was going to get zapped for a comment like that too. So those are just some of the indicators. But the problem is that when that stuff does get spread, then it leads to comments like this one here. So I hope that is not indicative of the sentiment there in Junction City. And if so, they can have their festival without me. So people walk away with that perception that this is what's going on in the community, and it's not, at least not to the degree that social media now has made it seem to be. So
this person posts and makes you angry because racism should make you angry. And it's saying that a whole community of Scandinavian people basically are tired of anyone who's not Scandinavian being in their city. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, racism is bad enough without having to make stuff up.
Yeah,
So,
without people
anyway,
throwing things out there to make people angry at each other, that's just not right.
Just recognize that if you're on social media, recognize what is real and what is being put there in front of you to create and stir you up and respond accordingly, I guess is the best wisdom we can offer. So. But yes, racism sucks, obviously.
Yeah. Hate racism.
Hate racism, yeah.
Hate
that's all I-
people
hate
that use it
yeah.
to twist you around.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have a couple other quick things to talk about before we wrap up our show. Mike, lost kitty cat here. Yeah. This is a recent post
Doesn't
from.
that cat look cute? This cat looks cute.
All cats are cute, Mike. They're kitties. So
Read. There's some stuff about this one.
So this cat is aptly named Blackie. Blackie is a black female kitty, small white patch on the chest. Sassy as hell, will tear your hand up, doesn't like strangers.
Well, that picture is kind of deceiving.
Wait a minute. Yeah, no wonder this.
Is this a cat
kidding.
from?
It sounds like a real gem.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounded a lot
Blackie,
like the cat from Pet Cemetery, but whatever.
This is in the Veneta area, Highway 126 in Houston, are the streets. If anybody knows or has seen Blackie, just go to Lane County Mugshots Lost and Found, the Facebook group. You'll see the post, and you'll find out who to contact.
Yeah.
Another lost kitty. This one here, Murphy. Murphy's been missing since January 31st over in the 17th and Madison area of Cottage Grove. So we won't go through all the lost kitties and dogs and stuff, but we will instead refer you to our Facebook group, Lane County Mugshots Lost and Found. That's the largest lost and found in Lane County.
It is the largest lost and found.
All the posts that are shared there, because it's a public group, can be shared to other folks' pages and stuff too. So that's another cool part about the group. That really takes us to mugshots in general. This is where you go if you want to see mugshots and other mugshot related stuff here in Lane County. You can also buy shirts, hats, hoodies, mugs.
Yeah, we got swag.
Swag, stuff. Yes, these are the things that help support our operation, keep us going, help us catch bad guys, or at least help catch bad guys.
Well, it helps keeps us, going so that the public can give us tips.
Absolutely. So more information can be found at lanecountymugshots.com. But if you don't want to type all that in, lcmugs.com will work just as well.
It'd make a great license plate.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have hit nearly an hour, Mike. So we're going to call it a show and end. Next time we'll come back with more, hopefully, exciting new information. And maybe less bad guys. So.
Yeah, sure. Well, before we go, what I usually always say, what's in Mike's hand?
I almost forgot the "What's in my hand" segment.
What's in my hand?
What do you have in your hand today, Mike?
Today, in honor of the badminton festival or whatever the big sport thing is.
The thing that they do, yeah.
Yeah, it's like whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm drinking bubbly sparkling water. Raspberry bubbly.
Instead of the usual beer, I think
no
Mike
beer
is
today.
taken to promote "Don't Drink and Drive" message tonight. So
yeah, I mean
by
usually
drinking bubbly. So
yeah, I'll nurse a beer over the course of 2 hours here, but today it's a bubbly.
Yeah, definitely. I would say that's good advice, Mike. So well, we thank you for joining us, and we'll be back again in 2 weeks. Until then, thanks for hanging out with us.
You bet.
And don't forget,
spay and neuter your grandparents. Okay, your pets, whatever. Come on.
good night, folks.
Good night.